everyone, welcome back to Upwards with Pradyut and Tisha. I'm Tisha Relia Hande, and today we're going to dive into what is digital marketing. Now I know that most of you who follow us here are people who want to enter the field of digital marketing, but you're confused about whether you should do it, or what exactly is this field all about. So I have made a video about how you can actually enter the field of digital marketing, but in today's video we are going to focus on what are the different aspects that are covered under digital, because digital marketing really is an umbrella of multiple disciplines that reside. Now the first and the most common aspect of digital marketing is social media marketing, right? So when you go on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you see all of these pages that brands have made, and social media marketing is essentially about managing those pages. So it starts at a broad level with making the content strategy, deciding the tone of voice for that specific channel, deciding what is the content going to be, how often are you going to post, what are the creatives going to be, what is the post copy going to be, and very often you will be working with a social media agency who might be helping you, or you will be using tools like Canva, etc. to actually design your feed posts and your stories. And one very interesting thing about social media marketing is that initially, brands used to have one big content strategy. But today, just between Reels and Instagram stories, your content strategy within the platform for these two elements is so different. So the field has really evolved. The work there is very interesting. It's very creative. Brands like The Whole Truth are doing some very interesting organic work on their social media. And this, of course, is a very interesting and exciting part of digital marketing. The next element is performance marketing. Now, what happens is that if you have a page, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook, and you put out a post, first of all, there are a limited number of people who follow you. Secondly, even out of the people who follow you, not everyone is going to see your post, right? Your organic reach is barely going to be about 1 to 2% of the people who follow you. So how do you make sure that your brand reaches out to multiple people, to the right target audience? So that's where performance marketing comes in, where you actually invest money in Facebook, Google, and all of these platforms so that your creatives, your content can reach the right target audience, and they can get to know about your brand and purchase your products, fill up a lead form, download an ebook, whatever it is that your call to action might be. Performance marketing overall is quite technical. You have to really understand how the platform works, what are the different audience types, how do you reach them, what are the different metrics you measure. So for example, if you're doing an awareness campaign, should you focus on ad recall, should you focus on click-through rate, what should it exactly be? Also, this is a skill which really is honed over time, right? So as you run more and more ad campaigns, you will understand, okay, these are benchmarks, these are some hacks that you can employ for really getting better metrics, better number, better audiences, how do you collect and leverage data. So a lot of this is very, very technical, but I would say that this is one of the most important and interesting parts of digital marketing, where you truly are focusing on getting the return on the advertising spends that you have invested. A subset of performance marketing would again be something like search engine marketing, where you're advertising on search or display on Google, on YouTube, and all the other platforms which are available, whether it is Gmail, etc. So search engine marketing is a type of performance marketing meant specifically when we talk about Google. Now that we've spoken about search engine marketing, which is essentially paid advertising or pay-per-click advertising, we'll now come to search engine optimization, which I know these two terms are very often confused with each other. So essentially, when you go onto Google and type for anything, say you type digital marketing, the first 2 or 3 things that come up will be ads. So you'll see a little ad sign over there. But as you scroll down, you'll see some organic links that rank. Now these are typically websites, they could be blogs, in certain cases they could also be video content that is ranking. Why is this ranking? Is because of hundreds of factors that Google really takes into consideration. So Google has these spiders or crawlers which essentially search the web, and then they decide when someone searches for a specific term, what are the best articles or the best pages to show them. And this, like I said, is based on multiple factors, on the domain authority of the site, on the load speed, on the bounce rate. And search engine optimization again is such a beneficial activity for any organization, because there's only a certain amount you can depend on paid advertising. At the end, organic search and really ranking at the top for the keywords which are important for your business is extremely important. The next and most rapidly evolving aspect of digital marketing is e-commerce. Now, aspects of e-commerce, of course, are a part of performance marketing, where you learn how to advertise on Amazon just like you advertise on Google. But there are also elements of search in it, right? For example, how do you build A+ content on Amazon? So it's really a mixture of some organic and inorganic strategies. When I say inorganic, it means strategies where you are paying a certain platform. So that's where the whole performance aspect comes in. And of course, organic is, things like SEO, A+ content on your Amazon, etc. Another aspect of this is D2C or direct to commerce. You would have seen lots of D2C sites come up in the last few years, including The Whole Truth, Sleepy Owl. The thing with D2C is that, again, it is a mix of organic strategies like your SEO and of course paid advertising to actually get people to your site. But there are a lot of people who are now specializing in e-commerce and doing some amazing and very interesting ROI driven work again over there. One aspect of digital that we don't talk about enough is online reputation management. Now, people out there are speaking about our brands, right? Some of them are praising it, some of them are putting out bad reviews. ORM is really about listening to all those conversations happening and figuring out doing an analysis on it, and of course responding back to those consumers. Now, ORM is typically always based on a tool, right? So you'll use a tool like say Connect Insights, etc. to gather all of those insights. A very basic tool would be Google Alerts, where Google really alerts you every time someone uses your brand keyword. But of course, there are a lot more sophisticated tools out there. Most of them, of course, are paid, and these tools gather whatever people are saying about your brand, and then you can do all the analysis needed and respond back to them. So ORM again is very, very interesting. A brand which does not pay enough attention to ORM can really fail. So you might have read lots of articles about when a specific airline, Sachin tweeted to the airline and the airline responded back in a not so favorable way, and therefore ORM and reputation management are extremely important and integral for any brand. A great case study to read about is how Nestle handled the entire Maggi crisis in India, how they have a command center where all day people are gathering insights about what people are saying and how they really manage that situation. Another important aspect of digital marketing is really building customer journeys. Now, whether you're building that on a website or it's a mobile app, you as a digital marketer may not be a coder, right? But you will work with coders and developers and UI UX experts to really figure out what is the ideal customer journey. Should you have an app? If yes, then what should your app be? What should the homepage look like? How often should you have a sale? What should your best sellers be? So really working on consumer experience, working on UI UX, again a very specialized aspect of digital marketing. There are actually a lot of courses on this today, and if design is something that interests you, then this is something that I would highly recommend you look at. Another relatively new aspect of digital is CRM. Now, all of us get emailers and pop-up notifications on apps, right? So we are used to that. But where is this coming from? They're all coming from tools, right? For example, Insider is a tool which actually helps brands send out these messages, and the art of sending the right email with the right content at the right time is something that a CRM expert would be the best at. Again, like I said, this is a relatively new field. It's something that the digital manager typically doubles up and does, but a lot of the larger companies actually today have a CRM expert position. Here, of course, you will have to have a really good mix of understanding technology, understanding your consumers, and understanding content, right? Because let me just tell you, emails and push notifications, etc., can actually convert much better than say a random social media ad to a person who may not even know about your brand. So retaining customers is also very, very important, and CRM plays a huge role in that. So these were some of the most important aspects of digital marketing. Like I've always said, digital is evolving so quickly that there are new aspects which keep coming up, but these are some of the important ones. So I hope now you've got an overview of what all you can do with digital. And I hope this helps you decide and take a step further towards your digital marketing career. If you have any other questions for us, please leave them in the comments below and we will come back to you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we shall see you next time.